This is Santiago with MMA Island. Today I'm here joined by the body snatcher himself, Kid Marvelous, Justin Montalvo, coming off a win at Bellator 272. Justin, how's it going today?
Going great, man.
And, we're a few weeks out from your last fight. How good did that win feel, especially under the Bellator banner?
It was amazing, man. It was a dream of mine to be fighting in Bellator, man. So, yeah, it felt like a dream come true.
Mm-hmm. And has Bellator reached out back to you? Have they offered you like a contract? Because obviously with that type of performance, they could build a name off of you.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't hit my manager up yet, but I'm just, just ready to fight wherever next. So Ray Longo's got some plans for me. He's trying to get me into UFC probably. So so we're just working. February will probably be my next fight. So.
Ooh, nice. What does the Christmas hold for you this year?
I got that nice Bellator paycheck. So I'll probably be getting my girl a nice present, my pops, get nice presents for the fans.
Yeah, for sure. Then, obviously, you have the best body shots in mixed martial arts. You were hitting them to the body all fight long. Were you disappointed that you weren't able to get that finish in the third round?
Oh, yeah, just a little bit. It kind of messed up my record a little bit, but everyone really loved the fight, so I have nothing to be sad about,
Mm-hmm. What could you take away from the experience? Obviously, there's a crowded events, just about sold out. How'd you feel having the fans back?
It felt amazing, dude. I mean, I've never fought without fans, but that was the biggest crowd I've ever dealt with. So.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Then, what did you think about the main event? Obviously, Kyoji Horiguchi got knocked out by Sergio Pettis. So, what did you think about that crazy knockout?
Yeah, that was pretty awesome, dude. that kick over the top was kind of weird, but then he just came with that spin fist. I saw that he was practicing that in training too, and I heard that he was losing like a lot of the fight. So it was good that he came back and was able to get that knockout. So that was cool to see. I'm a fan of the Pettis brothers.
Yeah, for sure. And just being a fan, was there any fighters that you met over there, like that you befriended at Bellator 272?
Yeah, I was Spike Carlisle was in my training room.
Oh, nice.
I was talking to him, chopping it up with him, and he's a real cool dude. It was cool to see him get that nice finish everyone's talking about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And obviously
that was a good fight, great fight.
Mm-hmm. And yours was like honestly one of the best fights of the night. You were up to the body every single time, and it was effective. And the commentators were praising you over that. Who can you accredit your crisp boxing to? Like, what kind of coach do you have to kind of praise for that?
Oh, like one of my coaches?
Yeah.
I guess Ray Longo always just kept me going to the body, always told me to keep doing it, but it was just a natural thing that I just did all the time. Even when I was a kid and training in the gym, it's like always doing that. When I used to box back in like the Golden Gloves, I was always doing that. So it's just been my style forever. So it was really cool to finally show it on like the big stage.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Then is boxing something that's on your mind in the future? Like obviously, like you can make a lot of money in the boxing ring. Is that something that you kind of want to try out, like along with these other fighters like Woodley?
What? Yeah. Because it's crazy. Jake Paul, right? Guy that he trains with. I don't know if you know him. His name's Nikita White Chocolate or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I actually fought him twice in the amateurs. But first fight we had was close. He beat me twice, but how it was both decisions. But you know how the scoring is in boxing. But no, he's a cool kid. But maybe one day I could fight him if both our names get big. I know he's getting big too, so that'll be a cool fight, me versus Nikita. But
isn't that the Russian, right?
Yeah, he's got like the blonde hair. He's got like the Justin Bieber thing going on.
Got it. And I have to ask you, what's your prediction for how that fight goes between Jake Paul and Tyron Woodley at the second time?
I think Jake's gonna win again, unfortunately. I don't really like Jake, but I mean, he's just Jake. You know, I don't think anyone likes him. That's what he's doing to build himself up. You know, and it's working for him. But obviously, I like to see Woodley win. I like Woodley. He's a good dude.
And what's the
I'd
story?
like to see him pulling up.
For sure. Then what's the story between your teammate Charlie Campbell and Jake Paul? Like, what's the story there? Have you heard of anything about them?
Yeah, I'm not really sure how that came to start. I mean, I've never talked to Jake Paul, but whatever, man. It's he's trying to build up his name and to do big things for himself. So you got to call out the biggest guys. You know, you got to call out the biggest guys in the sport. You know, you want to get your name out there, you got to do big things. So I appreciate him for trying to do that, you know.
And what kind of fighter is Justin Montalvo going to be? Obviously, you're 4-0 in your career, I believe. Is that the type of fighter that you're looking to, like, is that the type of persona that you're trying to put on to get those big fights? Or are you just more like, hey, you know, if this promotion wants to give me this guy, I'll take it? Like, what kind of fighter are you personally?
I'm just that kind of guy. I'm a respectful guy. I respect everybody I fight. But you know, I'll fight anybody, and this is what I love to do. So I'm not scared to fight anybody, and I'll fight anybody. That's my kind of thing. You know, I'm just here to put on exciting fights. You know, and that's it, man. Hopefully, you know, I get the crowd to like me just for being myself. I don't want to try and be someone I'm not. I'm just trying to be myself. So.
And I know you're trying to be yourself, but if you had to compare your fighting style towards any other striker, who would it be in like MMA?
I know you know that answer.
I'm thinking Nate Diaz, but like, if am I wrong on that?
I don't like Nate. I mean, no, Nate's awesome, but I would think more so Nick.
That's true.
Nick goes to the body more, I think, than Nate.
What fighters did you grow up watching?
Yeah, the first fight I ever started watching was Nick Diaz, you know, and I studied him and his style. I don't know if it was meant to be or I was gonna fight like him anyway, but I used to watch and study him and like emulate him, and yeah. So then after a while I studied other fighters, you know, like John Jones and Adesanya, other good guys. But Nick was the first one. I think his style kind of just rubbed off on me. But I feel like I also have, you know, parts of other guys' style along with that, you know, like I have good defense with the Nick Diaz brothers they don't have. I think I hit harder than them. I think I'm a little better technically. And the only thing is, you know, is just they pressure a lot more, man. I'm more like slick too, you know. So I got a lot of different styles.
And obviously you're a very respectful guy, but are we gonna see some Long Island slaps in your next fight around?
Shit, man, you might, dude. I mean, I'm respectful outside the cage. I don't really talk smack, but when it's time to fight, I don't know. You might see something crazy. I'm a different guy in that cage.
And just talking about trash talkers, who's the pound for pound best trash talker in mixed martial arts?
I think that's a good question. I'm gonna have to just go with my man Nick. I mean, how could you not, right?
Selling wolf tickets over there.
I mean, not so much with the talking. He's sounds silly sometimes, but with the straight up like confrontation and like the stare downs and like just the craziness that so people like to see that, man. Like, that craziness, and that's what he's got too. So. Well, he used to have it, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think we'll ever see him back in the octagon again, or do you think he's done?
Yeah, I didn't like that last fight he had with Robbie Lawler, but I think he should retire. I think he's done enough for the sport. I think he's getting older, and I don't think he wants it as much as he used to.
And I got to talk about that Marvelous nickname, Kid Marvelous. Where did that nickname come about for you?
Oh yeah, that's a long one. Like, I don't know if you know. Do you know Luke Kuma?
Luke, was he on The Ultimate Fighter?
Yeah, he was that really weird guy in The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, I think The Ultimate Fighter 2, right? The guy who's like slept on. Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, the most slept on, the last picked, all that. Yeah. Now, I first came to the gym, and I was like doing sit-ups or something, and he comes up to me. He's like, "You're the kid." He just walks away, and I'm like, all right. And then all of a sudden I come to the gym the next day. Everyone's calling me kid. Yo, kid. And I'm like, all right, I guess that's my name. It was kind of given to me. And what's also funny is the body snatcher was kind of just given to me. So I didn't give myself that name. But with the Marvelous, sorry, I'll keep going on about that. I got the kid, right? He called me the kid. And then I added a bunch of other things onto it. I added like Dynamite at one time. I was playing with it, having fun with it when I was like boxing and stuff like that. And then one of my friends from the gym, he was like, he'd always be like, marvelous. And I was like, yo, I like that. I was like, what about Kid Marvelous? Oh, I'm going to add that on. And then I put that on there. I put it on my Instagram. And then everybody liked it. I started telling the guys at the announcers to say it. And I was like, you know what? Sounds good. I like it. So I kept that. And then someone was like, someone really said this too. And I was like, I think it was like a younger kid, but he was like, why do they call him Marvelous? Like, he's like, he doesn't seem that marvelous. And I was like, ooh, bet. All right. So if my name has to be Kid Marvelous, that kind of proved I have to be marvelous. So that's what I plan to do every time. I have to really be Kid Marvelous. So that's another thing too.
Yeah, I mean, your last performance was nothing short of marvelous. Honestly, like I think that was probably the best performance of the night because I mean, like everybody else did pretty good. Spike Carlisle got that comeback of the year. Even Sergio Pettis got the comeback of the year, but you had one of the best performances of the night. What can the fans expect to see from you next year?
Just a lot of that, man. Just action, putting my everything into these fights. Like this is all I do. So I really try to master my craft. I really try to be the best, best. I really try to have the best boxing, the best jiu-jitsu, and just expect pure entertainment, violence. And once I keep going in this, you might see some entertaining things when I'm in that cage. You might see some trash talking, like you were saying. You might see a West Hempstead slap. Yeah, the Hempstead slap, right? Bam.
Nice, man. We definitely have to see that. I think that's all the questions I have. I just want to thank you again for the time. Is there anything that you want to say to the fans out there watching?
Yeah, I appreciate all my fans, all my new fans. Expect more violence, expect more awesomeness. I'm going to try to give you guys the best show every time. And it's MMA Island, yeah. I love you guys, for real. You guys
appreciate it, awesome. Justin. Yeah, I got to get you a shirt sometime.
Hell yeah, dude. I'll rep it.
Awesome. Thanks,
Justin.
On my
IG, everything. Yeah, man.
See you later.